Hello, good morning, good evening, good day. Nice to see you. I'm Andrew Hochradel.
And I'm Jack Jerry.
Yes, with the throw. And we are here today because we are going to be creating a brand for a content creator who is you.
That's me.
Which is going to be really fun. So we're going to show you how to work, if you are a creative, if you are a creative professional, how to build some of that stuff. If you're a content creator, how to work and leverage Adobe Express, how to leverage libraries to kind of work in collaboration, which is going to be really fun. So thanks so much for joining us. If you are watching the replay, we're glad you're here, but join us live, behance.net/Adobe Live every day from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific time. So let's intro our friend here. Hi, Jack.
Hello.
Tell us a little bit about you, what you do, give us the rundown.
Yeah, so I am a full-time content creator. I have over 5 million fans across all my social platforms. I also was an NCAA gymnast or an elite gymnast, and I do acting and modeling as well. So I create content around gymnastics versus dancer kind of stuff. I do lifestyle, fashion, skincare. Let me show you a couple of examples. Little transitions too. Me just looking crazy. I'm gonna regret posting this on the internet at some point.
At some point, yeah. Give it like 5-10 years. Yeah,
exactly.
it'll come back to haunt you.
Little transitions like that with my friends. And then yeah, also skincare and stuff too. I really got into that. I think it's super, super cool. I want to stay young looking forever, so hopefully we'll look young when we're 40.
Yes. So with this, you are very much in the focusing on your content, right? You spend a lot of time recording videos, that kind of stuff. How much do you spend on doing any kind of like design or branding or like overlays or thumbnails or any of that stuff?
So typically I'm great at designing my own, say, thumbnails or like screenshots for videos and stuff, but I am not that great at like using Illustrator and stuff like that. So that's why I'm so excited you're gonna teach me how to do all this stuff, because I would go to another platform and hire somebody else to do it.
Right?
So,
yeah, you just click around until something falls into place.
Yes.
So what we're gonna be doing today is we are going to be going back and forth, and it's gonna be very much a kind of client and designer relationship. For those of you who are watching that are designers, hi, it's me, your designer friend. I'm gonna be showing you some tips and tricks to work with clients. And if you are a content creator,
he's gonna teach you everything.
there you go.
The person you needed is sitting right next to me.
Yes, and so we're gonna be working back and forth, kind of switching off screens. And if you want to track along with the tools that we'll be using today, we'll be using Adobe Illustrator, we'll be using a little bit of Adobe Photoshop, we'll be using Adobe Color if you haven't used it, Adobe Fonts, and then we'll also be jumping into Adobe Express, which just launched last Wednesday. What day is it? Wednesday? Yes.
Yeah.
Last Wednesday. So we've got all kinds of things for animation, and it's great because Jack and I have been talking a little bit, and you're not super familiar, but it's gonna be fun to show you how easy it is to like take things to the next level with just a few clicks, which is gonna be fun.
And I've already seen it's helped me a little bit, but I'm like, when I have an expert next to me, he's gonna show me all the wonders of the world. So.
Yes. Hello, friends. Annika is in chat. We've got Gus. We have Carol. Our friend Paco. Nice to see you. Okay, where can people follow you? Let's do that real quick, and then we can hop over and start working.
Gotcha. So I'm at Jack Jerry across all my social media handles. You can see I also post a bunch of different content depending on the platform, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or even Snapchat and stuff like that. So at Jack Jerry across everything.
Sweet. Okay, so let's have you click on the Adobe Express tab real quick, and I'm just gonna give you a rundown of where we are. So this is a document that is shared between the two of us. And what's really cool is that we have live collaboration now. So you can see my little name and thumbnail popping up. We have shared this document so that me as the designer can work with the content creator or with the client to create on the go. And we're gonna be using Adobe Creative Cloud libraries so that I can create assets, and then maybe Jack can place them, can give me some direction. So let's kind of get started with just a broad view. Let's hop over to my screen. And these are some of the assets that you sent over that are kind of just things that you feel are a part of you and a part of what you present online, right?
Tried to give you a big mixture of like whether it's gymnastics or lifestyle. A little logo I had designed too, because I was like, I have no idea how to create a logo, so I had someone create a logo. Maybe we could use that as well.
Yes, so are there any, let's kind of lay some foundations for us creating some stuff in Adobe Express. So what I wanna do is I wanna do color first, and then we can find some good fonts, and then we'll work on imagery, we'll work on some icons, and then bring that all together into a banner, a thumbnail, that kind of stuff.
Gotcha, okay.
So with these images, is there any like colors or zones that are standing out to you? Like, do you like this mint as kind of a theme? Is there anything that feels right to you?
Yeah, my favorite color is blue, but the thing is, I think that mint color behind the little cartoon would be like the best color.
Okay, cool. So what we can do, which is really cool, is we can grab this. I'm just using the eyedropper tool to grab this existing mint color. And I'm going to grab the hex code for it right here. So you just double click on your fill and it's gonna give you the code. And now we're going to go to Adobe Color. So it's just color.adobe.com. And this is a great little hack to be able to find color palettes, right? So if we like that color specifically, all we need to do is we copied this code right here and we paste it into the center, hit enter, and it's gonna give us a whole color palette that we can work with, right? So it gives us a little bit of variety, something so we can have some contrast. And what's great is we can actually look and check this for accessibility. So I can come to accessibility tools. Oh, where are we? Oh, I can do it with a palette. Andrew, how do you do it with a palette? Check for accessibility, there it is, hidden away. So we can see here that there are some issues happening. A, B, C, D, and E are in conflict, which means all of the colors are not accessible, but we can fix that. So let's come to Color Wheel, and these are different like scientific ways of creating color palettes, right? So we're gonna take this one color that you like, and just with a few clicks, we can try some things. So we can do analogous, we can do monochromatic, so maybe we wanna go, right, and it's now building out that kind of mint. Triad is gonna give us a bit more contrast. That feels insane.
Yeah, not my favorite.
Yeah, that's fine. This is not gonna happen because that red and green combo is not great.
It's not Christmas.
Not loving it. A little too, this feels like popsicles. It feels like you're selling popsicles.
Or like Neapolitan ice cream.
Yes.
A little bit.
I'm not mad about this with some options. How do you feel about this palette?
I'm not mad. It's a little bit of that yellow at the end.
Okay.
That's getting me a bit.
Okay, cool. We can fix that too. Let's see compound. I actually like this side. So I liked when we were monochromatic. Does this feels
That
okay?
one was my favorite.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's really cool is I can go and save to our shared library that we've created, which is just Jack. And I'm gonna save this as color theme. And from here, I can publish the color so other people can find it. Don't necessarily wanna do that, but I can hit save and watch what happens. So we're saving this, it's going into the cloud in a million tiny little pieces above our heads. And when I come back into Illustrator, it's already here.
Nice.
Right, so it's already in that library that we have shared and that we have created. And I think, cross our fingers, I make promises and then don't pay them off. Let's see what happens. I think, in theory, it may show up in our shared Adobe Express library as well.
Fingers crossed.
It's not, but actually,
Okay. Soon.
it is.
There we go.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so did it go? It did. Okay, cool. So it's in there. It's not in there the right way, but I can fix that.
Easy.
So what we're gonna do is I'm going to drop the colors in.
Okay.
And then we're gonna let you maybe start playing in Express to just put some type on, to like put some shapes, that kind of stuff, and
Gotcha.
use these colors. So
Okay.
all I need to do is I am going to, make some boxes here if you're an Illustrator. I'm gonna make like 5 boxes, and I just use the rectangle tool there. And what's cool is I can literally just click on that library on each color and bring them over here. There is an easier way to do this. This is just the way that I do it. But what we can do is, now that I have all these colors on my palette, I can click and drag, grab all of these, and then come over to my swatches, and I'm going to make a swatch panel. So I have all of my colors here, which looks great, love it, but I'm gonna have one of these selected and then come down to plus and add that as a fill color. And you have the Express open. Do we have a split screen Studio Manager? Is that an option? Maybe not. Okay. So what I could do is I'm going to click, oh, it's behind me actually. Here, let me move so we can make it easier on him. Right here, it says fill color. So I could have just moved the window. That would have been the easy way to do that. Okay, so with that selected, I can come over and hit the plus and then go to fill color, and it's gonna add that color to the library. Now, the hope is that when I come into Adobe Express and I refresh this library, let's see what happens here.
I have full faith it's going to be there.
Me too.
Every
There we
creator
go.
needs somebody like you in their life.
Boom. So the color is there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add those colors. And so let's say, Jack, you're on a tight deadline, you need to post some content, and you're like, I need to know what colors I need to use. Great. I can add those in Illustrator directly, and then he can use them in Express. So I'm just gonna continue adding these here. Boom, boom, boom,
Easy.
boom.
And then my brand is already set up, so if I ever need something right away, those colors are right there. And then I know
Exactly.
everything's gonna match.
Yeah, so this library will stay, and anything that I create will eventually also be synced to you, which is really nice. And that goes for colors, it goes for assets, it goes for really anything that goes in here. And the best part, if you are a creative, is that you can organize this. Check it out, folder, we can do colors. And then we just drag all these into the colors.
Nice. So basically, too, once you take the time, do this, you're set up for the rest of your life, basically.
Yes.
And it makes it easy.
Yes, and so that's what's really great if you are a content creator, find a designer because we'll be able to set this up for you and then you can just click and drag like nonstop. Okay, so we've got some colors looking good. Let's go to Adobe Fonts and let's find some fonts that you feel right for you. So we can go to fonts.adobe.com, very, very intuitive site. Can you give me some like words that you would use to express you and your brand and your content?
I would say bubbly, like family friendly, bright.
Okay.
Something very like positive.
Okay.
Positive. I kind of like even bold fonts sometimes typically.
Okay, are
Just
we
'cause
feeling like funky or more refined?
Ooh. I want to say polished, but also could be funky at the same time.
Okay, polished and
Yeah.
funky. I like that. So we're gonna go to browse all fonts right here. And designers out there, this is a great conversation to have with your clients, is try to get like emotions and feelings and then understand how to, that's a secret project you can't know about. And you can understand how to convert what they're saying into finding the right font, right? So I'm hearing that we want it to be like fun, refined, a little wonky, right? Something a little more bold. And what's great is we can directly convert those using Adobe fonts. So if we want something that's gonna be a little more refined, we probably wanna go with a sans serif here. If we want to go a little more bold, we can add a weight that feels a little bit more bold.
Ooh, I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we're getting some interesting results. You can refine a little bit more here. Ooh, these are new filters. A double story or single story. This just means that like if you get a weird G versus like a regular G, I don't know how to describe that, but the A has the little hook on the top. Sometimes the G has like the extra little bubble on the bottom.
Gotcha.
This is a new filter that's exciting because I like having that usability. So we can kind of scroll through here and you can see all these fonts as they come up. And if there's anything that feels interesting to you, let me know. I'll have some suggestions, but you let me know.
Yeah, what I also realized too is a font can make or break your brand.
It can.
Which
It
is
very much
scary
can.
and a lot of pressure. It's all on words. I never thought about that.
Yes. So let's do, let's just do something like
Yeah.
that so we can kind of see and understand what it looks like in context.
Yeah. Definitely not the top one. I would say that.
It feels, so what is wrong about the top one? Sometimes it's better to find the wrong stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what it's giving, just like olden times.
Okay, cool.
Olden book.
Feels a little too old, which means that maybe I want to do a little bit more of a consistent width and see if we can get something here. So that's very sharp. Going through here, I'm not mad about this.
That's exactly what I was looking at.
Okay, cool. So let's open that. So we're just gonna open that in a new tab, and then we're gonna get maybe one other option and see what works for us. And what's cool is you can like endlessly scroll through these and find something. And looking here, I probably wanna find something that maybe is a little bit of a contrast to that. All right, let's keep going here and see if we can find something. I might even want to see if I can go wider. This is going to be wild. These are going to be too wide. That's too wide. Okay, let's look here. Let's play with that one. I'm not, like, this is fine for me for now. So this is already in my font, so you picked a good one because I've used it in some other project in the past. But what's cool is you can click right here and it will sync it to Creative Cloud libraries. And then you have Getting Latin.
I will never forget that name.
Getting Latin. And so we're just gonna type this in here and then I'm going to change it. It should be synced. There we go. Oh, punch my mouse. And let's put it right there. Oops, not in italics. Extra bold. So we've got it in here, extra bold. Looks good. And hi, Umacore, nice to see you. What we can do is we can click, and then I'm going to go ahead and add this as a character style. And then I might even add this as text, right? That's just gonna make it so that you can use it in things. So actually, let's make this your name real quick.
Okay. That looks nice.
Cool.
I like
it does
that.
look nice. So I'm gonna add that as text. Doop. Right there. And I believe, let's come back into our Adobe Express and see how set up we are here. we'll go into our Jack folder. I have way too many libraries. We're in our library, and there we go. So we've got character style here. We also have our text, but I do want to add in a font, your custom font there. So what I'm gonna do is, see, we could make it into a brand. Let's do that.
I trust you.
Yes, thank you.
I have full faith in this man right now.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. So what we can do is we are going to, your stuff, brands and libraries. Let's see here, can we get to brands? Where are you? There we go. Okay. Oh, I really want it to have the font here, and I'm not sure how to add it there. But what we can do, which is fine, is it will be available in the text, and we do have it noted down here, which is fine. So we've got some basics. I am also gonna put the picture of you jumping, I think.
Okay.
I'm just gonna cut you out so we have it. This one, I think is really fun. So we're gonna go into Photoshop, and we are gonna drop that into the library as well. We're gonna open in Photoshop, just open that out of the downloads that I have here. Where is the jumpy man? There he is. Open this. Super easy here. Just going to literally hit the properties panel and remove background.
It's that easy, and it looks great.
It's so easy. And what's cool is with this removed, right, all I need to do now is I can drag this into a library. So we don't have to save it or do anything. We can go to our Jack library, and I can click and drag this layer into the library. Graphic, and it should add, yep, right there. So all I need to do is click plus, do graphic, and now when I come into Adobe Express, we can refresh this, go back into that Jack folder, and boop. And then we can click, and you're there. Pretty cool, right?
Easy.
So let's have you, so we are working on this together. So we can stay on my screen, I'll kind of come back and forth. Let's have you kind of toss maybe some color on there. You can also go into media right here, or elements, sorry, in elements. And a lot of these elements you can change the colors on, or you can kind of go to shapes, and you can work with shapes. So let's have you kind of throw some stuff out there.
Gotcha, okay.
And then I'll create some custom shapes that we can use back and forth.
Okay. Can I show you what my original looks like right now?
Yes, show me.
So we're trying to get away from this, but something kind of cool at the same time.
Okay, cool. So we're trying to get away. Can we throw that up on for Jack's screen? We want to get away from the red that's there.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's still kind of like fun and positive, I think.
Yes.
But also have the details of like what my other handles are, but then you know that it's Jack Jerry the brand is like positive, fun, maybe doing flips and stuff like that.
Cool,
So.
love it. Okay, so let's have you start working on putting some pieces in.
Okay.
And I'll keep supplying you with pieces over on my screen.
Gotcha.
And then we can build something out together. Ooh, split screen.
I like this.
We got it. So things that I'm thinking of is I'm gonna do some more cutouts of you, so that if we want to, we can kind of put you jumping and flipping and whatever on the top. What I would have you think about is getting your socials on there, getting like title, maybe getting some of the social icons, which you probably can find in the elements folder. You can probably find some of the social icons. So if you want to put some elements and even like just play around with stock, I'm going to try to break some things out and get you some more elements going.
Gotcha, okay.
Flips. There are so many of you doing flips, and it is just a fun little...
I was like, imagine I gave you no flips and I said I was a gymnast.
That's true. I was gonna ask if you would do a flip, but it feels dangerous and I'm scared.
I really would love to, but I would hit the mic.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, this is how easy it is you can literally come into Photoshop, go to the properties, and then just click on remove background, and it always does a really good job. And so it will remove the background almost instantly. And then using that library, we're just going to add this as a graphic right there. Let's do this as flip 2. And this first one we can do is flip 1. Did I do this flip W? No, I did, okay. There we go. And we had one more flipping picture. Ooh, I'm interested to see if it grabs this background. Properties, remove background.
It's also very cool to see it from your perspective of how you make it seem like it's so easy, and then once I watch it, I'm like, wait, I actually could have done that.
Yes.
It's very daunting to see it at first because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But seeing you do it, I'm like, it gives me hope that this is easier, or Adobe also makes it easier.
Yes, that's right. Content creators, watch Adobe Live. Okay, so remove background didn't work great here, and so I'm just gonna have to do a manual selection, but we can come in here and just use the object selection tool, which is right underneath the magic wand. It's gonna analyze the image to find all the things in the image, and as I scroll over, you should see that it can grab the mountains, it can grab the water, it can grab the beach, it can grab the sky, and all I need to do is click right here. Let's see, it's grabbing part of your hand, which is the problem. That's fine. So if it doesn't identify the hand, I can drag over, and it's gonna find all of those different pieces for me and break him out. So let's see here. It still missed the hand. All right, let's get in here and get this hand. All right, so holding shift, we can come through here and say, hey, you missed this. Your skin tone is like almost exactly the same as the mountain.
As the mountains, yeah.
All right, cool, close enough. Let's go ahead and mask this out. And then get in here and make sure that that hand is not getting weird. All right, and maybe one more here. Oops, make sure that's all in there. All right, got a little bit of wonky going on over here too. And we're just doing some manual masking here using a brush. Get this going here. And chat, if you have any suggestions or ideas, feel free to leave them in chat. This is live, as opposed to fake live.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm very creative, but please, if you guys think of anything cool, let me know, and I'm gonna add that.
Yes, we're collaborators.
We are. And also, too, you guys see my socials. I wanna see what you guys wanna see at the same time.
Oh, yes. What's your best way to like stay in touch with your audience? Like, how do you stay connected to them?
Yeah, I really try to use DMs. Like, I try to respond to every single person. It's a lot of work. I will not say it's easy, but also even replying to comments as well. A lot of creators, I feel like, don't take advantage of that and reply to their people. I'm like, without them replying or commenting, I have no engagement, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and I also use it to like, sometimes whatever people will comment, I'll take their comments and make a video about that because I know they want to see that.
Oh, that's great. And that helps you because then you're not having to like think of content generation.
Yeah, it makes my life a little bit easier, but
Yes.
It's also what they want to see at the same time.
That's great. All right, let's use this one just so we have it. Remove backgrounds. All right, pretty okay. Let's do a select subject here. Select subject. Picking up a little bit of weirdness. All right, that's good, that's good, that's good. That's good. This is where it gets weird. Oops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Everyone's all right. I keep trying to use hotkeys, and I have a PC at home. And so when I use my laptop, all of my fingers don't work right. Oh, no, that masked out too much. I'm trying to differentiate where your leg is versus where this wall is, because they're both that same exact color blue.
I feel like I gave you the hardest pictures to do at the same time.
You kind of did. These are very tough, but we got it.
I knew you were so good, though. I was like, you could handle this.
Yeah, that's it. Like, let's give him a little challenge. All right, mask this out. Mask that in there. All right, this looks pretty good. Let's mask. Sure, it's a rough mask, but we'll work with it. All right, apply. And again, we're just kind of breaking in some of the general, maybe this one's squat. I don't know. Everything else you're flipping, and this one you're just squatting. So I'm like, I don't know, squat.
Yeah, me doing something completely normal.
Yes, right. Not upside down. Okay, so you've already started putting stuff in here, which is really great,
Yes.
and starting to add in some of these pieces. So I'm going to kind of add, and someone's saying better use the pen tool in that kind of background. It is probably better to use the pen tool. It would be just a lot of work for a live stream. And actually, I'm gonna see, because sometimes Adobe Express does a better job at removing backgrounds. I know that that probably feels backwards to some of you that are the like creative professional, but sometimes it does a better job at removing these backgrounds. So I'm going to drag this in here and see what happens. There is a button. If you ever have a photo and you drop it into Adobe Express, one button over here on the left with your picture selected to remove the background, and let's see what happens.
Best button in the world. I will use it all the time.
You lost most of your left leg. Like you worked out a lot on this side and then just completely lost it.
Not mad, skinny.
So that's, excuse me. So we do have those elements over in your stuff, the brands libraries, in that Jack folder. Now we have all of these different versions of you. And all you need to do is click, and they will drop right on there, which is really cool.
Easy. Now my question too, so say you made that font for me. How would I use that font on this one?
Yes, so, and again, what's great is you have questions, and I can answer like directly on this because we're both on this document working together. So all you need to do is select this, right, and click on it. And then we're going to go in, and the name of that font was Gittin Latin. I believe that we can just type it in here, and there it is, Gittin Latin. So all of Adobe fonts is integrated into here as well. And so we can do extra bold, and now you have that font just readily available to you. If you want to make another one, you can click on it, and then up here next to the text, there is a little duplicate button, and just click duplicate, and now you have a new version of it so you can not go over all of your socials.
Easy.
So while you work on getting that stuff in, I am gonna add a little stroke to these, just so there's some separation, so they maybe look like stickers and less like kind of just tossed on there.
Yeah, copy paste.
Yep, so we can go to effects here, and then, ooh, maybe, I don't know, I don't want to duotone. Maybe I don't want to duotone. I thought about duotoning. Let's do a couple things. Let's add a little animation here. I think that would be fun. And we are going to have this one, we're gonna have this one tumble in, actually.
Nice.
So fun. Okay, cool, so we have it tumbling in, and what's cool, so I said that I wanted to add a little stroke on there. So with images like this, it's hard to add a stroke in Express, but it's super easy to do in Adobe Photoshop. And what's great is that this is in a library, right? So I can come into Photoshop and find this one of him jumping or flipping, and all I need is double click on it. And what that's gonna do is it's going to bring up that image. So now I can right click, go to blending options, and we're going to do stroke. We're gonna do a white stroke, looks good. We're gonna do it a little bit thicker. There we go. Hit okay, and then I'm going to crop this image out just a little bit. And what's cool is when I do this, I'm gonna hit enter, and then I'm gonna hit save.
Looks really cool.
When I save this, back in Adobe Illustrator, sorry, back in Adobe Express, excuse me, this is a linked object. And so in theory, when I select this, it says linked asset. It should update from the library. And let me go back to the library. I may need to replace it. I'll show you how to do it otherwise. There we go. And I just saw it update in the library. Is my library not syncing? Andrew, let me refresh. Hold, please. Oh, this is how you know it's live.
What I love though too is this really gives me like the measurements because I'm a perfectionist, and it'll tell me like how perfectly it's spaced.
Oh yes.
Which is amazing.
Why are we not syncing here? Chat, I'm just as confused as you are. Okay, oh, there we go. Okay, that's what I was looking for. It was there the whole time. I thought it was an error, but it was in fact telling me to update. So I updated that, the flip picture that we had, right? And we placed that from the library. When I update the library, it says updated asset, a new version is available. And all I need to do is click on it and it will update. So watch, 3, 2, 1. There we go. It's got the stroke on it now. So you can edit something in Photoshop and then it will update directly in here. So I'm gonna do the same thing with your other one. That is you kind of doing the like Fonzie hey.
I love too, it looks like a sticker. It's something very cool.
So we're going to, again, just add that stroke on there, and then I'm going to scale it out a little bit. And I'm working with the linked asset. This is really important that if you're working with libraries, you always want to double click on the asset that you have in the library, and then work there and save it. And then we come back, and again, it's gonna do the same thing that it will pop up. It will tell me, hey, there is a link that has been updated. Would you like to update that? And I will say, absolutely yes, I would love to update that. And what's cool is this already had some animation on it, right? We updated that link, put the stroke on it, but the animation stays intact. Really cool. Nice. We can export this as a video or as a still, like we're going to be using it as a still for this, but then we can also have an animated version too. And then we got a little update again, and it will update our little guy over there. Boop. Nice. Oh, that's a big stroke, Andrew. Andrew.
I'm like, love it, but let's make it a little thinner.
Yeah, that suddenly got a little out of control. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and save that, and then it will update for me through there too. All right, so we've got some elements going. I think that we're like on our way here. Does it feel pretty okay to like click and drag stuff and kind of move things around for you?
It does. It's very easy because you're also, one, you're helping me, but it's very easy to just kind of like throw stuff on a page. And I think once we have stuff, we can kind of start designing, which is great.
So I definitely want to do some like fun little like elements for you to put in there as well. And so I keep thinking of doing this kind of like lined circle or like some like general like geometric shapes, but like with some pattern in them to give it a little bit of visual interest. So I'm gonna go ahead and make one of those real quick, and I'll put it in the library so you can drop it on top of that background.
Perfect.
We're gonna do this one in, let's do white. And I'm gonna use a clipping mask right here to clip all these in together. And all we need to do is click and drag this into our library, and that nice little circular stripey thing is going to be there as well. So when I come back to Express, look at you go. Look at you. You're like dropping all kinds of stuff.
Do we
in
like
here.
that little paint stroke? But
I'm
I want to
not
kind of turn it white and then maybe put my name in the middle.
Okay, yes. So here's a great hack. So on some of these assets you're using, because I believe you got this out of the media section, right? Or elements?
Yes, elements.
So on some of them, you're not able to change the color. If you're using shapes, you can change the color. If you're using an image, you can't. But you can. If it's one color, here's a great hack. Go to Effects, and then you are going to go to Duotone. And when you click on Custom Duotone, what's great is if you do the same color on the duotone, then it is a monotone, and it becomes one color. So you can change the color that way. It's a little hack. I really like this, and then I think like dropping your name on here in like black or dropping it in the kind of teal, I think, or actually any of the brand colors that we have in the brand that we've established.
I was like, put that in the middle, and then I'm either flipping over it or something too.
Ooh, fun,
that could be something.
All right, let's get that guy updated. That's much better. That stroke is not as intense. It's still a little too much. I'm gonna take it down just a little bit.
Also a cool hack, even though I'm not, again, I'm a creator, I noticed that the little panels on the side, they show my different layers.
Yes.
And to me, that was something that I thought was so simple, but I couldn't realize until like yesterday. So.
Yes, and if you're having an issue, you can actually lock layers. So you can click on it, and then up here on the left, you can click lock. And so that makes it so you can't change anything, you can't mess it up, but you also can use this as navigation to go and select all of your layers as well. All right, let's save this little flippy boy. And update there. I did create that little asset for you, so I'm just gonna click and add this in here.
Perfect.
If you wanna use it, it will be there for you as well, and I'm gonna create a couple other ones using our colors so we can have some variation. So chat, let me know, what other things do you think we should have for like shapes? I think we could do like a fun little triangle, like poppy, like a little like, oh. I don't know how else to describe it.
But yet I totally understand what he means.
Yes. So I'm gonna drop this in like a little bit of a darker color so we have some variation here. Maybe stretch these out, kind of create this little...
Also, this makes this so fun. Like, I'm having fun doing this, and I usually would think, oh, this is a lot of work and exhausting to do. I'm having a lot of fun. Right?
It can be really fun. And I think Express just makes things a little bit easier so you don't have as much of a learning curve. You can kind of... The trial and error is really forgiving. You can try stuff and fail, but it will be pretty forgiving and still end up with something kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm actually gonna delete this one and that one and just leave it with that. That's kind of a fun little detail. So I'm gonna drop that into our library. And again, this is like the absolute best workflow that you can do with a client is have them in Adobe Express, have you kind of helping them out, showing how to use that kind of thing. And then here, working in Illustrator, creating that library. Someone's saying lens flares, page curl. Ooh, a page curl.
Yeah, page curl could be kind of cool. Also lens flare, I'm not mad at that.
Okay, I can make a page
Give him
curl.
some hard stuff, you guys.
Page curls are so hard to do in Illustrator. Okay, we got it. We're gonna do a page curl. So what I need to do for the page curls, knowing the background is green, is I need to make the page curl white. And hello, beautiful people. Good afternoon from Brazil. Hello. Bienvenidos. Good morning. Guten Tag. I think those are all the languages I know. All right, so we're gonna make this that green, and I'm gonna try to make that little page turn for us. And the way to do that is you kind of have to reverse a, right? Okay. Man, my brain is breaking thinking of how to do a page turn. That's kind of it, but not quite. I'm gonna get my points. I'm using the pen tool here to kind of create a custom shape so we can get this looking like it's kind of turning a page. That one come here. This one needs to come out here. I'm just using the pen tool to really try to create the turn of that page. Okay, we're not in the wrong area. Okay, I'm not mad yet.
Not mad?
It's getting there. Page turns are like the bane of my existence, chat.
You guys are challenging him. Good job.
I hate it. Okay, so let's see if this is, oh, this is not even a completed shape. Chat, you're making me fall apart. Okay. Not mad, not bad. Not the greatest, but not terrible either. Okay, so then what we want to do for page turn as well is we need to do a little bit of like a shadow on it on one side and then some gradient. So I'm actually going to take this to Photoshop real quick and just paint some stuff in. And again, this is what I love, is that we can work between Illustrator, Photoshop, and Adobe Express so easily and so quickly. So I'm going to bring this into Photoshop and we're going to do some manual painting here. So I want to paint in a little bit of texture here. Make a new layer, and then just take a very soft black brush. And let's see, Andrew, what do we want to do? I think I want to do something like this, and then I want to go here and like cut it across. Oh, chat, you're really getting me with this page turn. This is a tough one. Okay, we're gonna go here.
It's also great while he's doing all this, I'm also multitasking and making this whole banner. So
it's true, yes. So
yeah,
if we want to split screen, actually, this would be a good time to split screen. Yes, so he's actually doing something. I'm doing something much less interesting.
I'm telling you that if you can get that, that would look so sick in the corner.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get it. Okay. I need it to. Oh, this needs to be at a 45. That's the problem. Okay. Don't worry, chat. We got this. I think. I start really confident and then I just backpedal as far as I need to. All right, we're gonna make it smaller. I think that's the key here.
I love these little triangles you give me too.
Yes. And that's the thing. Sometimes with a brand, sometimes a little goes a long way.
It does. And also, I have no vision, and then all of a sudden it just starts coming together as you start creating.
Okay, chat. I think this is better. I think this is better. Okay, let's just goodbye. All right, we got about like 20 minutes. We got about like 15 minutes, which is totally fine. More than enough time to create this banner. All right, chat, you got me scrambling. I want to look and read chat, but I also am scared that I'm not going to finish. So we got this. All right.
They're sending you hearts, so they appreciate you doing this.
Thank you. Wait, why is that different? Oh, chat, I'm screaming. Oh, it needs to come. Oh my goodness, I'm so stressed. Okay, chat, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Stock stock.adobe.com. Okay, hold on. Let me log into Adobe Stock, and then I'm gonna find. Okay, here we go. Page turn, and I'm using Adobe stock.adobe.com/free. Okay, they did it better. There's already options that are better. Okay, this is what we should have done all along. And what's cool is I can come over here and I can filter by vectors, which is what we want. And so I want a good vector page turn. And I think this is good. So let's go ahead and license this one. We're gonna download it as a vector, and then I'm going to bring that into Illustrator. And then I can add it to that brand. So I'm gonna open this in Illustrator real quick and share it so that we can use it together. Adobe Stock, where are you? There we go. Nope, not that one. Oh, chat, you don't get to see pre-release. Okay, gosh, Andrew's fired.
They said today we're gonna test him.
Yeah, today, that's true. Chat woke up and they're like, today is his day of reckoning.
It's happening.
Okay, cool. I think this is just the background. Let's see, I want this one for sure. So let's get in here and see what's happening with this little checkered background. Okay, I don't want that. Okay. I just need the other side to be white, and that will fix it. Okay. I had to go to my mind palace for a second, chat. If you ever see me like close my eyes and just stare into oblivion, I'm escaping to my mind palace where
all the answers are.
All the answers live there. It's true. All right. So in theory, if I put green behind this, this is going to work. This is going to work. Okay. I do need to fix that real quick. Chat, I think we did it. All right, chat, you tested me, and I think I have bested you.
Did it.
All right, bringing this into the...
Do I have to give you a corner for that curl to come?
Oh, maybe. Let's see where we can get it. Let's see if it works first.
If you even like this, do we like this vibe? I don't really know.
I love this vibe. I love where this is going. I think this is super fun. So we have our page turn in here. Chat, please cross your fingers, say a prayer. Here we go. I'm gonna click, and hopefully it looks like it's turning. This looks like a page turn to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and like rotate this, and let's see if we can get this maybe in the top corner.
Yeah, whatever you feel. We can move those triangles. Oh.
Yay! We did it.
That looks amazing.
Chat, together with our powers combined, we did it. Wow, I was really stressed about that, and it was so much easier than it needed to be. Okay, sweet. That's awesome, and I love it.
Do we think we should change those triangles to like white?
Oh, these ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And what's really cool is, again, if you have a request, I can make that. And so all I need to do is, I'm gonna do options here, just so we don't have to change it.
Okay.
Is I can click and drag in, designers, I'm holding Command, or I think it's Alt or Option, I believe. And what that's gonna do is when I drag this out, it's not going to link the object, it's going to give me the actual vectors. So you can see there that I got the actual vectors from those, and then I can re-drag them in so that we have another copy. So I'm gonna drag them out, Alt or Option, make them white, and then drag them back in, and now we have white ones. So
easy.
The white ones should show up in the library, and we can replace them, we can change them, and do whatever.
I had one more critique too.
Yes, hit me.
How the one on the bottom, the me crouching, I would love for that to have an outline as well.
Oh yes, let's do that.
Yeah.
I can't believe I haven't done that already. Actually, that's why this is open, I think, is because I was trying to put it, and I just got distracted because chat's like, hey, give us this. Oh, chat, you get everything you want from me. All right, we're gonna put a stroke on the rest of them just so we have them. And anywhere that we use them. And chat, this is not just going to Express. So if I used this library object in Illustrator, InDesign, Photoshop, Express, or anywhere else, it will update across the board on every single document. So if I've used this in 600 documents and I realize that there was like a huge pimple or something, I can go in, retouch the pimple, and every document I've ever used it on will update. So this is just a huge time saver to use libraries. Any time that you have the possibility of using a library, just do it. It makes everything easier. Stroke, that's too much. Let's do like 5. All right. Okay, cool. So those are all saved. We can come back into Express here. We should update there. That will update across the board. I actually think that I made the one on the right smaller too. Let's see what updates.
I'm so happy with how this looks though.
It's
This is
looking
cool.
fun. I do want to add some kind of like a little bit of like a texture element so the background isn't like fully flat.
Yes.
So I'm gonna toss something, figure out some kind of texture and put it at like a 3% opacity so you can't really see it too much.
Gotcha.
Also the stroke on that is way too much. We'll fix that in here for you. I was thinking it would be. Let's do 15. Oh, let's do 10. All right. Oops. Saving, looks good. Okay, I'm gonna add some texture in the background, and if it says update on yours, then you can update, and it will update it for me as well. So we're going to media, and I'm just gonna type in like texture and see what comes up. I want something a little bit like soft and subtle, nothing too gritty. How do you feel about like a little bit of like a wrinkled paper? Let's see what this looks like, and you can tell me if you hate it. So I'm gonna drop this over everything, and what's great is we have blending modes, and so I can change the blending mode to multiply. And it's gonna make everything a little bit too dark, but I don't want it, so I can come in and go to adjustments, and we can increase the contrast, we can increase the brightness, and make it so that that's really, really subtle in the background there. So we're not losing too much, just a little bit of texture.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not either, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I was questioning it. It actually looks pretty good.
It does. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm going to lock this because it's over everything. It's gonna be impossible to work. So we're gonna lock it, and that way we won't mess it up at all. And while you do that, something that I actually could do if we wanted to animate this is I could add animation. So you keep placing things and doing what you want. I'm gonna add an animation to all these objects, and then that way at the end, we can have like a really cool animated look.
Nice. Me and my head being like, we're collabing.
It's collabing.
I love this.
This is so much fun for me as the designer because I'm usually like presenting rounds that it's like, what do you think about this? I'm like, no. I'm like, what do you think about this? I'm like, no. And so this, like, you have your input, I have my input, and we can like support each other's visions and workflows, which is so nice.
I would usually be so stressed out doing this. You're making this very fun and easy.
Yes.
And very fast, too.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna move the texture for now. Actually, I'm just gonna delete the texture for now because I'm gonna do something else. In theory, chat, this is not, like, I would keep this in theory, but, oh, did I just delete the whole page, Andrew?
Well, that's the end of the episode.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so much for watching.
Can you imagine? Okay, I'm gonna unlock this real quick, and then I am going to delete the texture. Okay, I'm gonna add animation. You do whatever you want.
I'll keep placing.
And let's have you. I think that's pretty fun. Oh, let's do slide. Oh yeah, okay. Slide down. Let's have it be. And what's cool is we can do different vibes for the animation. So it's not just like a full-on, just like here's the animation, it's done. You can really play around with what you want them to look like and how you want them to feel. And so here, let's say that we want this one to kind of. What do I want this one to do? That's too much. That's weird.
Yeah.
Spinning's too much. I'm not mad about a slide. Oh, the pop is kind of fun.
I like the pop.
Okay, so let's do pop here. And then you can see strong makes it really hit. If I go to soft, it's gonna pop a little bit softer, which I like. The intensity I'm gonna take down because I don't want it to come out as far. And then the duration, I want it to be a little bit more relaxed, right? So it kind of just pops in here. So I'm gonna hit play and we're gonna see kind of what this looks like right now. All right.
Not mad.
Not mad. So it's got some stuff going on here. I am going to change the timing so that we have different pieces. So I can select that and go to show to layer timing. And I do know that the tumble probably we want to come first. And so then I'm going to do that first. Maybe this one we want coming in second, so I can pull it here. This one comes in third. And then let's have this object in the background. I just want it to spin.
Yeah.
It feels very like it is asking me to spin.
It's a little too stationary.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
and
nice.
let's spin it in from the left. Woo!
Nice.
I like that. Spin the other direction. Yeah. Cool. Page turn is gonna stay there because I don't want to try.
Could you potentially get that page to like fold?
No.
No. Okay.
That
would
like
be
in
sick.
theory, yes, but it would be so hard.
So much, yeah.
All right. Let's have this one.
How do you feel about the black text? That's my only question.
I'm not mad about the black text.
I'm not in love, but I'm not like mad.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have this one fade in. I'm gonna have it fade in a little bit quicker. And then we're gonna have this animate in to kind of push to the side. We got about 5 minutes, so I think we're doing okay. Oh yeah, that, okay, cool. Size this up a little bit. I'm not mad about the black with the outline.
They're not in love, there's something.
Oh, okay, here's what I want. This is what I want it to be. Okay, what I want it to be is just a different color. So I'm gonna go to the fill, and you'll see that all the colors that are being used in our brand are down here. And so I think that's what I want, is I want it to just be like one of these other colors.
Yeah.
And then maybe we do,
What does the one on the far left look like?
maybe we do, yeah, this,
Yeah.
but then change the outline
The
to be the
outline.
darker one. Okay, that's not enough contrast. Let's try this. Make this one here. That looks bad.
A little cheesy.
It is. It doesn't look the way that I want it to. Maybe we don't have a stroke on it. Let's try to do no outline. I'm not mad about that.
I'm not mad either.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let me kind of play around with this a little bit. Just the alignment here.
Yeah.
So we are gonna offset. I'm actually gonna do this as 2 separate ones, and that way we can really play around with it.
Got it. Yeah, I was like, could we make one where it's like even shadowed behind it or something?
Oh yeah,
I'm
we
just
can
curious
totally
if
do that.
that'll add to it too.
So what's cool is we can actually add the shadow by just going to text effects. Actually, we can just add a shadow.
Okay.
That might be what we want. Is add a shadow here, and let's maybe do a strong shadow, and this is maybe where we can do one of those lighter colors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's better.
I think that's much better. We can do custom as well, to where we can do a little bit of a different angle. So I probably want it to go that way, and the distance, we can give it a little more distance. I like where this is going. All right.
Nice.
We go here, and then we're just gonna duplicate this one so we have all of that still with us.
Boom.
All right, and we're gonna do Jerry.
Yeah, that really
Yay.
added to it, I think.
It did, it gave it something special. So I can group these together so that when I do animation, it will do the animation with it together. So I think I wanted this to do a little pop. Oh, I think that's fun. It's a little
Yeah.
too much pop, but I am going to take that down. So I want it to pop a little bit longer, a little less, and I want the pop to be soft. I think that's fun.
I like that.
Okay, cool. So we have all of these things animated. We've got a few minutes left. So let's see, you've been adding elements. I've been updating elements. We're using all kinds of libraries to have things connected. Watch it happen. And someone's asking, is this an Express collab in the same doc? Yes, we are working in the same doc live collaboration. So let's come in here and let's hit play.
Let's watch the magic.
Yes, I think I have to have this. I can't have it fold in. Okay, I gotta have this do something. Let's just have this. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens.
Moment of truth.
Oh, I literally just animated the one. Okay,
The
here we
anticipation
go.
was killing
Sorry,
me.
with the whole thing. Here we go. It's so
Nice.
fun. The timing's a little off, but other than that, I think it feels good. I'm gonna have this tumble in a little bit later, and then I'm gonna have this also come in a lot later. And let's see what that timing looks like, if it looks any better. Yay!
Nice.
I'm not mad. It's kind of fun.
I like it. It takes something completely like normal and basic and makes it fun.
Yes, I totally agree. Let's see, this is the name. Yes, okay, so we wanna go maybe here. I like it. Yay, so we
I'm
did.
excited.
So one more thing that I'm gonna do in the last minute is I'm gonna come over here to media, and we are going to do video. So we're gonna do video, and then I'm just going to leave paper texture. And we're gonna put this over the whole thing. So this is a video that plays, and watch what happens. I'm actually gonna put it right underneath the fold. I'm gonna move this fold all the way to the top because that'll give us some good dimension. And then I'm gonna put this over the whole thing. I'm gonna change the blending mode to multiply. We're gonna make those adjustments to really give it contrast and bring the brightness way up. And now, watch what happens, because that video is going to play over this whole thing, and the video is just different crumpled papers. Really fun.
That's cool.
Right? So a really cool effect by just a simple few extra clicks. And now we can export this by going to download, and we can download this as a video. We can also download this as a still, so we can have it as the like a little video for social media, a GIF, or we can leave it as a still to upload as the banner or whatnot. Super fun. So yes, and we can animate the social icons. We can do all of that, but we're out of time, sadly.
Yeah.
Jack, what do we think of the finished product as the client?
This is super cool.
Yes.
And I feel like I couldn't have gotten this unless we were collaborating in person. It would have been so stressful just like emailing back and forth and all that kind of stuff. So
Yes.
this is cool. I'm excited.
Yes. So we will see you all in a few minutes. Stick around. There's a great stream coming up with Nick Longo, who's going to show you how to use Dimension with Adobe Express with our friend Ellie Mott. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.